Welcome to the Mobility and Smart City block. And to start the block, we're staying here in Spain, and I want to introduce you our first startup of the sequence, which is dealing with something that you probably have thought about, but probably never asked how it's being done. How many times you drive on the road and you go like, damn, this road is full of bumps? Who is actually checking that the roads have issues and then kind of flags them and say, we need to fix it and when to fix it? Well, to talk about that and how to do it at scale and autonomously, I want to welcome our first speaker, Ibon Arechalde, COO of Asimov. Ibon, thank you.
In Europe, 23,000 people die every year in road accidents. And really, the infrastructure is taking a role in the 30% of these accidents, sometimes worsening the consequences of the accident and other times causing it. The most cost-effective solution for that is to improve the road signage. But in the way we are doing now is very, very difficult because we are doing fully manual. So it's very difficult and very difficult to improve this situation because it could be very expensive. In Asimov, we have developed the digital transformation of the road maintenance sector, and mainly focused in automatic solutions that can be used as many times as we want, that are detecting the incidences and checking and storing the evidences, and we can, in a very flexible way, that can be used in high roads, but also in secondary substations, in secondary roads, in local roads, or in the streets in the cities. So really, this is the solution that has three parts. It's our autonomous road inspector. And this autonomous road inspector has devices on vehicles that are on the roads, already on the roads circulating. We are collecting data and video from them. Then we have the intelligence on cloud that is detecting the things. And then we have the web interface for the clients. Our clients are the public administrations and the companies that are contracted for the road maintenance. We offer to them the inventories of all the elements on the road, the regular monitorization of these elements, the monitorization of the work zones that are very risky for drivers, but also for the workers, and the detection of irregularities on the pavement. This technology only increases the cost, the budget of the actual contracts in a 2%, but can allow a 15% of increase in efficiency. We can give to the public administration KPIs to understand and to control the infrastructure, and we are saving lives. The market is very clear in all the countries because all the roads are very similar in all the countries. And the team is a high-experienced team. Some of us from international companies, others from technological centers, and we have merged this knowledge for this development. And we have tested already the solution with several public administrations and several private companies. So, well, we are trying to keep the road safe, and we want to know if some investors could be with us in this road. Thank you very much.
There we go. Thank you very much. Question for Ibon, please. Judges, welcome, by the way, new faces. So do we have any questions? There we go. I was about to say, you just flashed them.
Hello, thank you for your introduction. Who is your main client in the world or in the United States?
Sorry,
is there any client in the United States already? Any DOT?
In the United States, yeah. Really, the intelligence that we have is applicable for all kinds of signals and all kinds of lane marks or different things. We have to adapt when we go to a new country. We have to adapt some things because some signals could be quite different or others. But this is something that we do in 1 week. So really, it's not a problem to go to this kind of markets.
Yeah. Thank you.
OK. Well, that's all for now. So please, big applause for Ibon. Thank you very much for being here. And we're moving to virtual this time, flying to the US, but we're going to keep the theme of autonomous vehicles, and specifically, how do you deal with all the measurements you need to self-drive or autonomously drive a vehicle. And to talk about that and how you do software that accelerates this kind of prediction metrics that you need for autonomous vehicles, we have our next speaker. So please welcome Christine Moon, president and co-founder of BlueSpace AI.
Hi, my name is Christine Moon, co-founder of BlueSpace.ai. We offer the 2-second advantage with our 4D predictive perception for all autonomy. My co-founder and I came from a company that was running a full AV service in Texas carrying passengers called Drive.ai. It was spun out of the Stanford AI lab, and in 2019, it was acquired by Apple. It gave us a chance to pause and think about how do we accelerate and commercialize autonomy? Well, we present to you an answer to commercialize L3 and L4 autonomy. And luckily, we've been supported by many, being the finalist winner for NASA's iTech competition early this year with our predictive perception. So autonomy is definitely everywhere. However, the industry is faced with challenges, an approach that's very inefficient and capital and time inefficient. And it's very expensive, and growing concerns around data governance and management has also added additional overhead. While BlueSpace's approach is free from that and provides enhanced safety, performance, and improved OpEx. So our predictive perception system works for all objects in all locations, and it's certifiable by third parties. Performance-wise, we provide faster reaction time, reduce compute, and improve reliability by removing external factors. What I mean by that is that we provide predictive perception, which provides the direction and speed in which objects are traveling under a single frame. And that milliseconds could be life or death situation, and it's precise in terms of measurement because we don't rely on inference. Furthermore, we operate on a single CPU, so for electric vehicles, it's very efficient. And because we don't rely on external data sets, training data sets, and HD mapping, we remove the potential vulnerabilities that exist by depending on them, and we can scale a lot faster. And no training is required, no HD map. That means indeed we can go anywhere without having to spend a lot of resources and time. So let me show you our office in Silicon Valley, where our predictive perception system have never seen the scenarios before. And again, it works for all objects. So here we are on San Tomas Expressway. We don't need cameras. This is just for us. And on the right side, you see that our predictive perception is picking up all objects. And in real time, it's providing you, the dark blue indicates where it is today, right now, and the light blue tells you where it will be. That's the 2-second advantage I talked to you about. And it captures all objects in different shapes and sizes. I have many more videos to show you, but I'm out of time. I would love to work with you and hear about what you're thinking as you look to launch in the country that you operate in. We are global. So if you'd like to reach out to us, please reach out to me at Christine@BlueSpace.ai, and we're more than happy to work with you and show you what's possible in the future. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much, Christine. Sadly, she had a compromise, so we cannot have her live right now. However, judges, please do your voting. And meanwhile, we're going to connect this time with South Africa on virtual also. And we're going to be talking about a pretty challenging issue right now, which is the last mile delivery. And to talk about how to semi-solve the sustainability and the availability of last mile delivery, we have our next speaker who's going to be talking about how their vans that are electric allows them to do low-cost, efficient, and emission-free last mile deliveries while also doing advertising in the process. So please welcome our next speaker from South Africa, Neil du Preez, CEO of Mellow Vans.
Hi, I'm Neil from Mellow Vans. We focus on electric mobility for the last mile. E-commerce has been growing globally with about 26% every year. Almost a quarter of all carbon emissions are from urban transport, and 28% of transportation costs are incurred at the last mile. We focus on building a low-cost, safe, and efficient electric delivery vehicle. And this is it. It's called the Mellow Van. It's a 100% electric vehicle designed and manufactured in South Africa. It's been developed with input and from drivers and operators from some of the world's leading e-commerce and cargo companies, including DHL. They are safe, they're practical, and 100% electric. Mellow Vans was really designed for the last mile. They're optimized for cargo, groceries, pharmaceuticals, and e-commerce retail. They're super agile in narrow and congested city streets. They're isolated from the elements with an optional winter door, and all of them feature an onboard charger, meaning no charging infrastructure is needed. When we say low cost, we really mean it. We can operate these vehicles at 15 South African cents per kilometer, which is about 1 euro cent. Some standard features: our load bin is about 2.4 cubic meters, which is more than enough for anything from nappies, dog food, to even office furniture. Our standard range per charge is about 100 kilometers, with an optional extending feature as well. All of the vehicles have an onboard charger with a fast charge option also. They feature reverse sensors, cameras, safety features and security features, and of course regenerative braking, where energy that's lost in the braking process is channeled back into the battery. These vehicles are super sustainable. Each of them feature about or represent a 27 kilogram carbon dioxide gas reduction per day, and also about a 90% reduction in noise pollution. We offer all of our clients custom options, including racking, cold chain, and various others. Our Mellow Vans are fantastic branding platforms, and we've conducted several high value advertising campaigns on our vehicles with great success. Our IoT platform is fully operational, including all the location functionality that you'd expect from an electric vehicle, plus temperature, humidity, light, and RFID sensors are available. Our manufacturing facility is ISO certified. We have African homologation, and we're testing for European homologation now. We're also thinking about European manufacture sometime next year. Thank you very much. My name is Neil from Mellow Vans. Thank you.
Okay, so while we patch him through, judges, do we have any questions for Neil? Oh, there you go. That was fast. Hello, Neil. Thank you for joining us.
Hey, good morning.
I'm guessing it's the same
Good to be
time
here.
zone, right? It's 11 something there, right? 11:40.
Exactly. Yeah. South Africa and Spain is on the same platform.
You're just a little southern from here, though. Judges,
Indeed.
do we have any question for Neil? Anyone? No? No questions? Well, that means you did a fantastic job, Neil. Thank you.
Super.
Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for being here and for your pitch. And this big applause is for you. And we're returning to the physical dimension, going back to a startup from Spain that tackles or kind of tries to solve the issue of removing intermediaries between retailers and logistic companies. You know, the closer you get those two parties together, the more magic and efficiency can happen there. And as we're seeing, last mile delivery is actually, well, any kind of delivery, but there's a big stress right now in the supply chain when it comes to logistics. So please welcome our next startup, all the way from Spain, CEO and co-founder of Logistico Labs, Alfonso Porras.
The e-commerce has changed the supply chain and multiplied last mile delivery across every industry in a very short time. More than 90% of retailers considering last mile a critical differentiator to make more money. Of all SMEs logistic companies, retailer partners do not yet use a digital tool to manage their ops. And actually, 84.7% consumers won't return after just one poor delivery experience. So we definitely can say that it's impossible to compete for all these players against big ones who develop their own technology. Therefore, we built Logistico, a cloud-based last-mile logistic management to help them to scale up and optimize their customer experience and the logistic operations. With that, we are digitizing the entire life-cycle logistic process, from orders to warehouses through dispatching, and finally offering the best customer experience. Also, an entire reporting engine that aggregates all the data in one solution. And all that is truth. Getting easiest operation, delight their customer, and being more sustainable, with a real impact in their P&L. This is a massive opportunity with unprecedented growth. Just in Spain, our target revenue is 21 million, considering the 10% of this market. Our main differentiation set for our customer is the fast friendly integration and the ease of use of our strong modular solution, like tailor-made. We are a SaaS B2B, and we make money in a very simple way. Number of deliveries and the number of the features that they need. The most important value in Logistico is the team. We have international and startup experience in Australia, in Germany, or Japan, supported by GoHub as a lead investor. We achieved a rapid traction in short time, from 1,500 to plus 10K in MRR, and the growth in our North metric, with more than 12x. Getting on target right now, our main achievement is to reach 100K MRR in Q1 2023 and multiply per 5 the revenue. To achieve that, we are looking for 500,000 to become more robust and to be focused in Northern Europe, offering an integrated and modular solution for every logistic process. Recapping, we are right now very focused in what we're doing, making companies profitable, making companies sustainable, and building a future where they can fulfill their promises. So please, let's become leading with Logistico. Thank you.
Okay.
Too much. Too much
Yeah,
time.
20 seconds left,
sorry.
and he was suffering here. Like, he's relax.
Yeah.
Look at them. They're nice people.
Yeah, they're
are you nice people?
Actually, they
You're
are.
nice people. You're
Actually,
nice
they
people
are.
over there too, right? Yeah, look at the photographer. Nice people too. See?
Yes.
No problem.
Yes,
So, do we have any questions? Okay, I will start there.
¿Qué tal, Alfonso?
Muy buenas.
How you see your adaptability or your partnership with the big operators, with the big logistic distributors?
Yes, that's a good one. Our main target right now is medium-sized logistic operator. So we are working with them at the same time that they work with the retailer. So we are unified all ops covering one solution. For example, big retailer like El Corte Inglés, por ejemplo, they are working right now with a small logistic operator, trying to jump the big one to have the ability to deal with other kind of conditions. So the small one can offer big services like the big ones, but with our technology. So we unify all the process covering one solution.
Thank you.
Okay.
Courtney.
Just for the record, for the rest of the judges, because we have also the online streaming, if you can stand up so we can capture you on the camera and tell us your name and your job description, so everyone actually gets it. Well, that's it.
Thank you so
You
much.
did well.
We will in 27 stands, so please visit us for whatever you need.
There you go, selling always. Big applause. Thank you, Alfonso. And now we're heading to Germany. We have a virtual connection with our next startup, which is the first in-car marketplace that connects businesses with car drivers and gets them to advertise in the right moment at the right point. So please welcome our next speaker on screen, Simon Hecker, CRO of ForScreen.
That you as a driver
Io me.
start to search inside your car for locations and you take purchase decision on the go while you're driving. You can see that already taking place in 3 different use cases. You discover branded items on your navigation screen and become aware of the location and decide to go there to shop. You can also get smart recommendations from your car, so a fuel stop recommendation or a charging recommendation when you're empty, when your battery is empty, and you can use the in-car voice assistant to search for location-based results. And based on the results, you decide where to go and where to shop. This is a market which you see here, a market for in-car placements. And what we are doing is to bring both sides of the market together. We have built the first in-car marketing platform that connects the businesses along the route with the car screens. Yeah, we are that channel where you as a business, for example, a gas station chain, can book marketing campaigns that will be played out to drivers across those brands you see on the right-hand side. What kind of products do we offer? You as a business can become a sponsored pin, a sponsored pin, branded pin on the map, where your logo is visible. You can pay to rank high in the in-car search. You can become the proactive recommendations, for example, a charging station if your battery is empty, or you can provide personalized in-car offers to drivers. In the future, there will be way more use cases for this exciting technology, so there is more to come. Where are we right now? We have started the integration with 4 of the largest car brands and the largest shared mobility provider, and already partnering with the largest business brands as advertising partners. Yeah, we will launch this year, Q4 in Germany, and from there on, go into the international markets. Looking forward to the discussion and get your feedback. Many thanks for your time.
Okay, there we go. That was fast. So, do we have any question for Simon? Any questions? Yeah. Okay, let's see if we patch them through. Guten Tag, Simon.
Guten Tag, hello there.
Hello there. Spain calling. We have a question for you.
Hi, Simon. Thank you for the presentation. I would like to ask if you are a company and you want to offer services into your platform, what is the business model that you establish with these companies that want to bring services into your platform, like safety messages or just information messages on the road? Thank you.
Yeah, it's comparable to kind of performance-based advertising. So you pay per impression. You as a business pay if you get shown to drivers, and we can measure if actually drivers see that sponsored content and also if they have driven towards that location, for example. So this is in a nutshell what we're doing.
Okay.
Answer your question?
I hope so. You answered the question. Okay, well, Simon, thank you very much for your pitch, and thank you very much for joining us live to answer the questions. Big applause to Simon. Thank you very much. We're staying in virtual, and I want to welcome our next startup, which they are building not just any drone, but a cargo drone to up to 350 kilograms. That's a beast. So please welcome our next startup to see how they explain how they're doing that and how it's evolving. So big applause from the UK, Svilen Rangelov, CEO and co-founder of Dronamics.
Hey everyone, my name is Svilen Rangelov, and I'm the co-founder and CEO of Dronamics. Our mission is to enable same-day shipping for everyone, everywhere, because that's how you make e-commerce ultra fast. Now, the way we do that is by creating a new type of vehicle that is as fast as an airplane, but as cheap as a truck. And it's not just about the vehicle, it's also about the supporting technology. So we're focusing on 3 key aspects. 1 is a drone port, 2 is a drone, and 3 is a network ops system. Now, on the drone port level, we're developing the above ground equipment that you can roll out on any piece of land. So think farmland, think a seaport, logistics center, or an airport, where you can start sending and receiving flights with our technology. Every city and town in the future will have one of these gateways, at least. And between them, we'll be operating a fleet of our Black Swan drones. Black Swan drone is proprietary design of ours. It's actually one of the first aircraft to be entirely designed for carrying cargo, and it's able to transport 350 kilograms at a distance of up to 2,500 kilometers. So it can safely cross all of Europe, and it can do that at extremely low cost. Now, that network of drone ports and that fleet of airplanes we're monitoring and controlling from a central location. And because of our model, we're actually going to be able to get a license to operate a lot sooner than other aircraft. Now, all of this contributes to the fact that you could reach all of Europe within 4 hours or less by basing inventory in just a handful of locations. And that's quite transformational, especially when you think about the price points at which we can move those products would be just a couple of euros per kilo. In terms of traction, we've signed up more than 60 airports worldwide, almost 40 of them in Europe. And we're seeing tremendous demand from all kinds of communities to want to be part of such a network. Our business model is to operate as an airline and to sell capacity to e-commerce, pharma, and couriers. We have an amazing team of 80 people and growing, backed by some of the most experienced executives in aviation, logistics, and technology worldwide. Thanks a lot for your time. Very happy to take any questions. Thank you. Thank you.
So, you got me off-handed there. Okay, judges, questions, please. Do you have any questions? Go, go, don't be afraid. Another question. Please do state your name, stand up, state your name and your charge, please. Your job description.
My name is Rodrigo Castiñeira. I work for Indra, and I would like to know, they are planning to build 60...
Go, go. We lost him, I believe. He dropped. Can we recover? No? I can try and answer, though, but I'm not sure I'm going to be able. I'm really sorry. Yeah, we can get him. Really sorry. Anyway, big applause for them. Thank you very much, and thank you for the question, though. And we're moving to Physical, US-based company, actually a company I know from several years, which is doing something really, really cool. I'm going to tell you a very short story, but some people that know me know this part of this, but I'm a big fan of tea, and I import tea from China. Now, trying to import anything across the other extreme of the world right now is really challenging. Not only very expensive, but really challenging. And so many things can happen from China to here. Changes in temperature, changes in vibration, accidents, Panama Canal, Suez Canal, you name it. Now, surprisingly, there's not a lot of tracing and traceability with sensors on what's going on with the merchandising in the process of the supply chains. And to fix that and change that, we have our next startup. So please give a very big applause to the Director of Business Development for France and Iberia from TIVE, Brice Marion. Bonjour, my friend.
Bonjour. Hello to everybody. I'm Bryce. I'm director at TIVE. We are a Boston-based company in the logistics space with global presence. So our mission is to deploy better visibility and transparency to the transportation industry. So transportation industry is riddled with inefficiencies, one of them being the inability to predict exactly where, when, and how the goods will arrive. And this generates hundreds of billions in losses every year, from damaged goods to delayed goods. So this, basically, like the supply chain crisis as we are seeing with the COVID, has created more risk and more uncertainties, which has risen to levels which have never been seen before. So basically this created a new need for real-time tracking of the goods, but not only the location, but also the condition of the goods, 24/7, and all in real time and always on. So how do we do this at TIVE? Through a SaaS data analytics platform, and by collecting real-time data such as location, condition, security, through IoT multi-sensor trackers. So basically, the way we do it, we collect real-time data of all sorts, and during the shipments, we send alerts for any incidents to the customers, and basically, like our SaaS platform will collect all the insights and data and give full visibility to the customer. We also have a full and flexible API and webhook data integration into our customer system, and this was one of the main weaknesses of the visibility market so far. So a couple of examples of insight and reports from our platform. And the way we try to differentiate is always push for more innovation and to define the pace of the visibility markets, basically by innovation in hardware with first tracker with 5G, first non-lithium tracker, and we will launch a tracker for pharma, and software with more analytics, like multi-leg data analytics. So our space is composed by two incumbents, Sensitech and Emerson, in the market for 20 years, and high-growth startups because the market is rising. So global trade, by definition, is across industries. So a couple of examples of verticals and some of our main customers globally. We count on more than 250 customers worldwide across these
and we are
verticals.
Out of time.
Sorry. So I finish quickly. So we have a sustained growth over the last year, reaching an annual run rate of 15 million in Q2 2020. Yeah. Sorry. So we plan to have a
come
7
on,
times
come on.
growth. Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
sorry, I need
No,
to
it's okay.
cut you there.
It's okay.
Big applause,
Thank you.
please. I'm sorry, I have to be
No, it's okay.
the evil guy. Do we have any questions, judges? Anyone? There we go. First one, thank you.
Hello, this is Miguel from Ferrovial. I have a question for you, very simple. What is the technology behind these small trackers? Is it RFID? What is that? How this
Internet of Things. So it's connected devices which collect data in real time and communicate data in real time, such as like the Internet of Things that you have connected in your fridge, in Alexa, in Amazon. So that's what we have, and that's what we differentiate from RFID or the traditional data loggers that you have in the markets.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, well, big applause for Brice. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup, mon ami.
Merci.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
I'm feeling that the energy is lowering here. Let's try the applause again. Big applause to Brice. Yeah. I know we're getting hungry, okay, but we're getting there. Okay, so we are connecting all the way to South Korea this time to talk about something that I'm personally very passionate about, which is dealing with data, and specifically dealing with spatial temporal data, which is really, really hard. So imagine you have a lot of sensors, and you're capturing data once a day. You have, imagine, 10 sensors, that 10 data points. Now imagine that you're capturing data every few seconds, or every second, and then multiply that by many months. There's a lot of data, and it's very, very hard to compute and move that data. And precisely to talk about smart algorithms to do that efficiently for some of the biggest brands in the world, I want to welcome Sabrina Herbert, Global Business Manager of D-Tonic Corporation.
Hi, my name is Sabrina, Global Business Manager at D-Tonic, and we are a startup from South Korea. So Steve and Jerry here are the CTO and engineer of a software company, and they're once again struggling with their data processing. And the reason that they're struggling with this processing is that they're dealing with spatiotemporal big data. So spatiotemporal big data is any data with both time and space information, and it revolves around our day-to-day lives. Whether you get up in the morning to check your phone for the weather, or even commuting to work, these are some good examples of spatiotemporal big data in your day-to-day life. Processing now is slow and cumbersome. It's kind of like going to the library without a management system, so you're left just roaming the halls. Well, we are more like a warehouse, so we know where all of the data is and make it easy for you to pull the most frequently used data and what you need. So let me introduce to you the GeoHiker. The GeoHiker is a middleware that goes inside of your big data system to optimize for spatiotemporal big data processing. And we are known to increase speeds by up to 40 times and also decrease hardware costs by around 90%. So for Hyundai Motor, they needed to process and analyze the fuel efficiency of the North American probe car fleet. Using spatiotemporal functions on geographical data, speed, incline of the roads, etc., we were able to reduce their hardware costs by around 90%, going from $2 million to $40K, thanks to GeoHiker. And then with the onset of COVID-19, South Korea became one of the leaders for its contact tracing, and the reason for it is the GeoHiker. Prior, when you first caught COVID, you have to figure out so many things, like where did you go for the businesses or who did you run into? These were able to become automized by the GeoHiker, and we were able to reduce contact tracing from 24 hours to 10 minutes. So the market is absolutely massive. Autonomous vehicles alone is going to be a $300 billion market, so it's going to be very easy to find a place for us within these markets. And for business model, we're currently on a solution licensing basis, but at the end of the year, we're going to add a pass model to monetize the product more. As far as revenue goes, we've been profitable since 2018, and despite the pandemic, we will have a revenue of around $12 million this year. And we are a spin-off from Hyundai Motor Company, established in 2014, and we have over 20 years of ICT experience, coming from a variety of places like Hitachi, Toshiba, and Hyundai Motor, and over 70% of our staff is from an engineering background. And finally, we're on a $5 million extended seed round, mostly going towards extending abroad and working on that cloud model. Thank you.
Okay, there we go. I asked this time, she's connected, but let's wait until we can patch her through, just to make sure. With all the accents we're having this morning, there we go. Hello, good evening there.
Hey, can you hear me okay?
Yes, good and fine. Thank you very much, Sabrina, for being here. So, let's see, judges, we have questions. There we go. First question for you. Please state your name and job, please. Yeah, keep talking there.
Hello. Thanks very much for the presentation, Silvia Mendez from Enel. My question is related to your clients. Could you elaborate a bit more your market traction? Thank you.
In relation to our clients come from a very wide range of backgrounds. So we work with big corporates like Hyundai Motor Company, Samsung, and LG. We also work with various government entities like the Korea Transportation Safety Authority and people like this. And then we're also trying now to start working with foreign companies as well.
Okay, perfect. Well, that was all. Sabrina, we really appreciate you being connected, you answering the questions, and of course, this huge applause for you and the fantastic pitch. Big applause to Sabrina. Thank you. And now we're moving to Belgium to talk with the CEO of our next company, who we were talking before about doing digital twins in the manufacturing space, but however, this same technology of scanning and creating virtual replicas, right, what we call digital twins, of different infrastructure is extremely valuable in many other areas. In this case, how about we do this for roads? So to talk about that, please welcome our next speaker, Bert Cator, CEO of Gecomatics.
Hello everyone, my name is Bert. I am the founder of Gecomatics, and we build artificial intelligence for mobile mapping. And the problem that we are trying to solve in the world is that there is a very sharply growing need for geographical information. Governance needed, business needed, and it's a very broad type of data that has something to do with physical assets in several locations. Why is this a problem today? Due to the fact that this is a very traditional industry. Everybody knows these mapping vehicles like Google cars, for example. And what this industry needs today is a heavy investment in equipment, in mapping vehicles, a lot of manual labor. And as a result, it's a very, very slow, expensive and labor-intensive industry. So this is what we at Gecomatics have redesigned from the drawing board. So we have a three-step workflow. First, the data is acquired through off-the-shelf, cheap 360-degree cameras, like, for example, even a GoPro. This goes to our cloud, where our proprietary algorithms process it and get information out of it. So what we are able to build is a 3D model of reality in which we understand what is actually there. So we are able to identify assets, measure them, position them on a map, and this is very valuable information for public space management. What we can build is a full 3D model of cities, and this is, of course, a very interesting proposition. Here you see our algorithm behind the scenes, so it's recognizing signs and trees and other artifacts in the street here, and this is obviously a very valuable process enhancer. So we specialize in a number of verticals, use cases like tree mapping. You just saw an example. Road quality, pavement quality. Roads are, of course, very valuable assets. Mobility for cities and public space in general. We are a SaaS business, and this is actually upending the status quo because this is a traditional service industry, but we bring it to the cloud and we are able to make it into a SaaS business model. We are currently growing very fast. We are winning deals in Belgium, in Israel. We have done mappings in Portugal, in several countries around the world, and this is a multi-billion-dollar industry in which we are bringing innovation. We have very strong partnerships, we have traction. One of the most important is probably Microsoft, who is starting to distribute us globally. We have a partner in Israel through which we are winning deals. We partner up with Arcadis and so on and so forth. This is the team that's doing it. Myself, my co-founder Enrique, who is a well-accomplished PhD in machine learning. We are advised by Dave Krupinski, founder of Care.com, and I have a stellar team developing world-class technology. Please don't hesitate to get in touch. We are looking for an investment as well as for customers. Thank you so much.
Very good. Thank you so much, Bert. Let's see if we have them passed through before I take any questions. Gosh, it's getting more and more people. There's more space at the backstage if anyone needs to sit down and stuff like that. Bert, are you with us? There you go. Good morning, Bert. Or not. We lost him? Yes? No? Maybe? We lost him? Well, we lost him. We lost him.
Okay, I'm here.
Ah, you're there. A voice. The voice.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but yeah.
Okay, you can hear me, right?
I hear you loud and clear.
Okay, then I'm going to take the question and you'll speak to the spirits then. Do we have any questions, judges? Oh, you guys, you choose. There we go.
Okay, thanks for the presentation. Silvia Mendez from Enel. Quick question. What's the accuracy of your model when managing these images? Thank you.
If you're talking about image recognition, then it is up high in the 90s. Like we assessed traffic signs this week, it was 99%. It depends a bit on the complexity of the object that you want to identify. Trees are more complex than traffic signs, obviously, but it's up there in the high 90s percentage.
Okay, perfect. Well, Bert, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for being here, hanging in the ether around us. And this big applause is for you. Big applause for Bert. And we are continuing with the last startup of the block of mobility, and we're heading this way to Egypt, and we're going to be talking about a region that we don't normally hear a lot about it, but it has immense opportunities due to the kind of infrastructures that they have and the kind of digital distribution that they have. And precisely our next startup is going to talk about digital trucking marketplace in areas across the Middle East, North Africa, and Pakistan. So please welcome our next speaker, all the way from Egypt, Habiba Isa, Head of Investor Relations.
Hi, my name is Habiba Isa. I'm the Investor Relations Officer for Trilla. Trilla is a digital logistics marketplace based out in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan. Logistics is an indispensable industry across the Middle East, Africa, and Pakistan. The high percentage of GDP that the logistics industry accounts for is indicative of its importance and speaks volume to the massive markets that Trilla are accessing. It also speaks to the inefficiency of the market. Across the key indicators of the logistics performance, these markets pale in comparison to the best-in-class countries such as Germany. With the growth and prosperity of these regions tightly linked to their logistics performance, there is significant investment and improvement. Unfortunately, these challenges are most prominent in the road transportation, which accounts for the lion's share of the logistics industry. Critical issues such as the supply reliability, competitive pricing, and poor visibility still to remain blockers of the industry. This poses a question: how might we drive market efficiency, encourage transparency, and improve the reliability of the logistics sector across the Middle East, Africa, and Pakistan? Introducing Trilla. Trilla aims to become the digital platform of choice for the procurement of logistics across developing markets. Now, how does it work? It is actually quite simple. Our shipper creates a load in his custom-built product, and then the load is accessible to our network of qualified carriers on the marketplace. He can then have the choice to book the load of his choice, and then the load is assigned to a driver for fulfillment. Our shippers love us. We have been able to drive significant cost benefits to them, ensure high reliability of supply, and improve visibility that was not there before. It is our demand flywheel that is driving our competitive advantage. Consistent demand attracts quality supply. Supply drives efficiency and lower prices, and ultimately improved service creates further demand, and so on and so forth. And thus far, it has been working really well. We have witnessed a great early success across Egypt and Saudi Arabia, and now we have witnessed a great success in Pakistan. Ultimately, it is our team that is the core to our success, bringing together a mix of technical, business, and startup scaling experience to enable our continuous growth. Lastly, our vision is clear. Starting out as a local marketplace to small and medium trucks, we are now a complete trucking provider in Egypt, Saudi Arabia, and Pakistan. Nevertheless, our ambitions are grand, and we are always looking for partners to help us scale our business globally. And also become a complete end-to-end logistics provider. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Habiba. As far as I know, I believe Habiba cannot make it, but we are connecting with the CFO, with Hatem. Oh, no. Or both.
Actually, I'm here. Yeah, hi.
Hello. Okay, so let's see if we have any questions from our judges. Judges, any questions for our speaker? No questions? No? Yep. Okay. Quick question, please.
Hi. Thanks for the presentation. I would like to ask you about your added value against other companies that are offering similar services. So what is your added value with this platform? Okay.
Okay. So what differentiates us between other competitors for shippers, first of all, is the technology. We have a proper infrastructure and vision and drive that helps us improve the freight industry. We have the operational excellence. We have the ability to adapt to a client's transportation needs. And this is actually what sets us apart, that we quickly and surely adjust to the client's SLAs to our own to excel with them. And the last thing is our cost-competitive pricing. We are actually able to source rates in the markets because of the great strides taken in the carrier engagement and retention, and also backhauling and lane building. Thank you.
Okay, there you go. You got the whole list of things. Well, thank you very much for joining us today. It was a pleasure having you. Thank you very much for your pitch. And this big applause from our stage is yours. Thank you.